All right, welcome physics students. This is the Math of Music lab, and I just want to show you kind of what you're going to be doing on this. There are a couple things that sometimes get a little tricky. So anyway, what you're going to be doing basically is you're going to be using a keyboard, a digital keyboard. If you have a keyboard at home, like a piano or electric keyboard, you can use that too. Basically, you just have to have the microphone turned on your Chromebook and the tuner open so that you can play a note, and then it will record what the frequency is. If you don't have any of those things, the digital keyboard on here will be able to play that note, and then you'll have to have two windows open, one for the digital keyboard. I'll show you that here. It says musical keyboard. It's called virtual piano. And you open it up, and you can see that there are number and letters associated with each key of the piano. So if I press I, it plays that one. If I want to play C sharp here, oh wait, that's not C sharp, F sharp, then that'd be Shift I. And then I go, oh. Anyway, that's how you would play. And if you're bored and you want something to do, you can go on menu, and it actually has music sheets that allow you to play real songs just by knowing what letters. So anyway, that's just kind of fun. But anyway, this is how you would have the digital keyboard open. You might have to shrink the window so that it's only half the screen. All right, going back, the other thing you need is the online tuner. Now here, I've got it linked as Flute Tunes. It's the same thing over here, but I click that, and you see this screen. Now this screen, you can see nothing's happening, but if I come down here to where it says tuner and click that, now I can see my voice as I talk, and every pitch that I make is being recorded. Now let me try to make this into two screens here. All right, so I'm going to pull this off. Okay, I'm going to make it smaller. I'm going to pull this one out and make this smaller as well. Okay. And now, if I come over here and I want to hit T, that should be the note C. See the down here in the corner, it has the frequency. So I would record that as like 262. All right, so moving back to the actual lab itself. So what you're going to do is you're going to play a list of notes, and you're going to go all the way through an octave, and then you're going to play some other notes as well, and you're going to record what those frequencies are, and then you are going to compare the differences in frequency from one note to the next and what the ratios are, and then you'll answer the analysis questions. There will be for the extensions, it says do the same thing but start at a different note. And then kind of go through the same thing. But for example, if this is 262 and I'm not comparing it to another note, so there won't be any ratio or any difference. But then if I go to C4, the sharp note here, oh, I don't remember what that is. It's like 270 something. But the point is, let's say it's 275. I put 275 here. The difference from C sharp to C is 13 hertz. What's the ratio? I would take this and divide it by 262 and see what that is. And then because the previous note in this case is C4, I would then divide by C4. Now let's say I come down to A. A is going to be 440. And so the difference in hertz from one to the next would be, whatever it is. I'm not sure. It's probably like 389 or 391. And then I would do the ratio. Let's just say it's 391. Okay, so the difference would be 49. And then I would do the ratio. I'd go 440 divided by 391 to get the ratio. And then what's the ratio to C4? I would go 440 divided by 262. And that would give me this. Okay, so anyway, that is kind of that's just sort of the process you're going through on this lab. If you have questions, please let me know. Ultimately, what you're trying to see here in these ratios at the end are finding the ones that make just kind of normal fractions, like 1/4 or 1/3 or 5/3, things like that, things that aren't 1.47ths, odd things like that, because the things that go together should have nice whole number sort of ratios. And you'll see that here down in number 4. So that is the lab.